It's the Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show.
Yes, sir. We are back for another edition of Monday Command. The draft has come, it has gone. We made our selections. Are they the best selections, or we got some issues with them? We got a special guest tonight, and Reedie Zee starts now.
It's the Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show. It's the Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show.
Welcome back to Reedie and Z Monday Command. We finally got her on the show. How you doing, Miss K? How you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you guys so much for having me. It is such an honor.
Finally got you on. Finally. Busy ladies. Like, nah, I'm messing with you. How you doing? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I am doing well. How are you guys? How's your day treating you?
All is well. Busy day, but that's on the norm. So
Yeah, I'm running. I'm in my adrenaline is up here trying to hurry up and get back home to be here on time. It's a lot going on in my evenings, but I'm here. I'm blessed. So, I'm doing good.
There you are. You made it. You made it.
Yes. The 2026 NFL draft is in our rearview mirror. So how are we feeling about the draft? I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all how Reedie's feeling, but I'm gonna start with you, Kay. How you feeling about our number one selection at number 7? We actually stuck and picked. The consensus was if certain individuals weren't there on the board, we should maybe trade down and see what we can do, see if we can finagle some other picks. But we didn't do that. Adam Peters and company, they chose to stay, and they took one of the best linebackers off the board at number 7.
For one, I called it. I wanted him to stay. I did not want any trade backs or to do anything funky. I said that at 7, we should stay and get the best player that was available. So I am happy he did that. I don't understand why, and maybe you guys can enlighten me, but I'm not sure why he passed on Caleb Downs. But I am happy with Sonny Styles. I think he's a very versatile player, and I think he will have an impact on our defense. So I'm not upset with the pick. I think overall, it was a good pick. I just had a few questions about the Caleb Down move.
yeah, I know for me, well for us, we were high and big on Jeremiah Love. And when that didn't happen, it kind of mellowed out the mood, So when we grabbed Sonny with the 7 pick, there was really no reaction. It was kind of like, okay, we did what we were supposed to do there. I am excited about what Sonny could potentially, bring to this team with his versatility, his speed, his height. He'll be able to cover. He's converted safety. So there's a lot of excitement around the things that he could do. And with having that combine, it's just like all on paper, everything is just like, okay, you made a great pick. You get an A for that pick.
Yeah.
There was many different, people that they passed on. Caleb Downs being one. Some will argue that we should have got a receiver there. Tate was gone, so you still had Lemon, you still had Tyson. Tyson went the next pick.
Yeah, he did.
So it's like I think I wanted, in that moment, I wanted a receiver. I wanted an offensive guy, really, to be honest. But I can't necessarily be mad at the Styles pick. It's just not, who I wanted in that moment. But I think with time and if everything pans out, we'll be fine. And it'll look, hopefully Dan Quinn has, got his, his tool bag ready Devontae Jones as well, to be able to use
Yes.
Styles as versatile as they say that he is. But picking him over Downs, it was like I figured that it was going to be one or the other. You know what I mean? In a situation like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just sadly, he went to Dallas.
I know. I didn't. If he had to go anywhere, I was hoping it was not going to be in our division.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, live during the draft, it didn't hit home as it should have hit home for me. I think I was a little depressed when Jeremiah Love came off the board at 3. But like I've been saying for weeks, I kind of knew it was going to happen. I knew something crazy. And I've been telling y'all, the top of the draft, it was going to be nuts. And it was crazy. Things happened that we didn't expect to happen. And I knew it was going to happen that way. But it worked out. I think it worked out for the best. I think Caleb Downs, as well as Sonny Styles, shouldn't have been drafted in that 7 position. I definitely think they're blue chip players. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Don't get in the comments, start cussing Reedie out and saying Reedie saying I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for that value, I think they probably be like in that top 10, 11, 12, 13 range in there. You know what I'm saying? Like even for them to come up and get Mansour before us, like I didn't even think Mansour should have went that high. Like I thought he should have even went back in that range. Now I can't sit there and tell you who else should have, gone, before them, but I just don't feel like that value for where we were picking. I thought we can move back a little bit for the pick. But as I kind of like it's grown on me or whatever, it's a solid pick. 82 tackles last year, 6.5 tackles for loss. He had 1 interception and 1 forced fumble at The Ohio State University last year. PFF grade of 88 overall. Former safety, he has elite coverage skills. The aforementioned Caleb Downs is the reason why he's not playing safety. He wasn't playing safety last year. He moved to linebacker. He ran a 4.4 at the combine. He blew everybody's socks off at the combine and what he did, the 43.5 vertical, you know what I'm saying? Like 183 tackles over 2 seasons. Sign me up.
Athletic freak, yes.
I'm here for it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it any day. I thought it was a solid pickup for what was available at the time on the board. I probably would have went, a receiver,
Really?
I don't think Tate should have went where he went by no means.
That threw everything off.
He would have been my first receiver off the board. But I mean,
yeah, Tate going at 4 through everything. I think that's what did it. Like, well, I think one of the only people that had my hopes up for Jeremiah Love. I was like, some way, somehow he will fall, but he didn't. But then Tate going at 4, I think that's what ended up throwing everything off because I don't think anyone expected him to go that high. I don't know how you guys felt about that, but yeah, that shocked me.
Definitely, that was like the shocker, the first shocker. You knew pick 2
Bailey going over Reese.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Pick 2 could have went either way. Bailey, Reese. I've seen mocks that they were picking both. Reese falling to 5. I didn't necessarily think that. I thought that Arizona would step in and get him, or at least the Titans. But then when the Titans grab Tate, it's like, oh shit. So you put the Giants in the pickle because they probably wanted Styles. And because all that hype around that, and then they went Reese, and it's like they just felt like they probably was like BPA. He's the top of the board, even though it's not a need. We're just going to get him because he's that dynamic, and that happened. And then boom, here come the Chiefs. Now the Chiefs, if the Chiefs don't make that move, maybe based on the way Mansour was talking, it seemed like Peters told him if you're there, we're gonna pick you. That's what it sounded like. With him coming back and you talking about joining the Chiefs and out of nowhere you come and say, oh, Mr. Peters, basically your day late, dollar short, paraphrasing. You know what I mean?
That's basically what he said. He was like, you called too late.
Exactly. They came up. They came up and got it. It's not like we had another first round pick and we tried to wait for them. Like, right. Bro, they came up, they went in front of us and they took you. Like, I wouldn't have took you there. So good luck for the Chiefs for doing that. I mean, they should do that. They haven't really been in this position to kind of get these type of players. So yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a reach because he's an outstanding player, but I'm saying like teams like that are going to do stuff like that just to like look at what Howie Roseman does every year when they're picking at the back of the draft. He makes little moves just to the still top tier talent. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do stuff like that.
He made the moves to move up and get Lemon. You know what
I
I mean?
didn't want him to go in our division either.
He finds a way. Howie Roseman.
So I think Sonny Styles has a lot of upside. I still think there's going to be a lot of development. Yes, he is a day one starter. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, green dot guy," but what's so great about being? I mean, you're just calling the plays. I mean, that doesn't like if for me as a rookie, I wouldn't want to call plays. I want to lock in to make sure I know my assignment, my alignment, and my keys. So
I want to get there and learn.
Yeah, on every like. So I don't know why everybody wants to rush the whole green dot situation. I mean, there's another veteran that's in the building that probably can take over that for this year, and then he can grow into that. I definitely think he's going to grow into that. But like, hold our horses. You got to think he's still a rookie. It's still going to be a learning curve. There's still a different element of he's only been playing linebacker 2 years. So we just got to be patient. There's going to be ups. There's going to be ebbs. There's going to be flows. There's going to be in betweens. So like, just don't worry. It's going to be all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see him chasing down Isaiah Likely and covering him and being right there the entire way. You know what I mean? You in a situation where the Giants went and got him, so it's like you gotta cover somebody like that. I mean, I forget who else we might play this year that has tight end threats, but those faster guys. Even just think about in a situation how like when we played the Falcons and Bobby Wagner was one-on-one with Bijan, and Bijan killed him on that wheel route. With Sonny, things like that are different. So even if he's just there, it's just, just being there, even if he don't knock the ball down, catch interception, just being right there changes everything. So I think, the offense is definitely going to have to scheme for him. And it's so things like that is going to be the positive side of him just for his presence. Now, as Reedie said, he still has work to do. Still got more and more to learn from the position. And I think that will happen. But one of the biggest things that I noticed with just around our culture, like how we always talk about how when the players come in, they're welcome, they're new to the team, the whole staff and all the players are right there in the lobby waiting for him to greet him. When Sonny walked in, the first person he hugged was Ken Norton. That's going to be his position coach. The next person he hugged was Durante Jones. That's going to be the defense coordinator. The next person was AP, then Dan Quinn. So it's like I was just kind of sitting there and just looking at that and like that's big. You get his position coach first, and Dan Quinn could take a back seat and be like, I'm gonna let these guys greet you first because those are the ones you're gonna be around more. So I love the little things, little nuances like that we. The little small things that we pay attention to as an organization. And I think that is going to help his, growth, comfortability, everything. And one of the first things he mentioned when they interviewed him, what stood out about the Commanders, and he talked about like just family oriented.
Yeah.
So,
and the culture.
I think that's going to be huge, for his development. All these guys really, but that stood out to me.
Yeah. Cause did you guys see when he was talking to, I believe he was talking to Micah Parsons? And he said that if he gets there and does what he's supposed to do, that Dan Quinn, he'll treat him basically like a son. I like that too. I like how everybody says that the Commanders is like a family. So if he gets in there and does what he's supposed to do, I think he'll be great. I'm not going to get my hopes too high this season because he is still coming from college. He is still a rookie. But I see him being one of our greater players. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think after – I give it 8 games to kind of like get his feet wet, kind of fill this thing out, how it's going to go. And, because they're not going to give him everything all in the beginning. It's going to be baby steps to things. I think midway in the season, he's going to take off. If he doesn't start fast, he's going to take off mid-season. Like, I think he is a day one starter. And I don't really have any much more to say about Sonny Styles. Like, I feel like we did the talk up beforehand. I think it was a solid, outstanding pick. It wasn't the guy that really necessarily wanted, but I said all of those guys there were good players. They're blue chip players, and I would want all of them on my team. But if I had to pick one, it would have been the other guy. But he's where he at. So fuck him. It's back to business now.
Anybody from Ohio State was going to be a asset to the team, so I wasn't really too worried about anybody. I wanted Jeremiah Love, but
yeah, we are.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him in 5 years. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
don't know what he's going to do on the Cardinals. They're going to get that boy killed. Like, I don't know.
They better get a new line fast.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so let's move right into the second pick.
Hold on, before we talk about Williams, Kay, tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, I am on Instagram at Kay's Take _. I'm on X, Twitter at _Kay's Take, and I am on YouTube at just Kay's Take. I appreciate it.
No question. And also make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to this video, get it out to your friends, so push it out in the algorithm, and give both give Kay a follow. If you're not already following Reedie Zee, give us a follow as well. Subscribe to the channel. And lock in. But moving along, Antonio Williams. Go ahead, Reedie.
Okay. Now I was saying what Mo said. My bad. All right. So initially when this pick came across, when it was finally time, it took forever.
It took forever.
The whole fan base was just like, "What? Who was that? Who was Antonio Williams?" Like immediately, the first thing I wanted to go do. I've heard of him before. My son told me about him. Immediately went to go put that tape on. And I said, oh, I see what they trying to do. David Blau is trying to cook. I see what's going on right here. I see a solid slot. No slot that we have on our roster at this point before this draft can do the things that this kid can do. Nobody. Name one. I'll wait.
Oh, no, I agree. I agree. Now, he wasn't my guy at 71. I wanted Zachariah Branch. I like his speed. I like how he plays too. I know he is a little smaller, but I really wanted Zachariah Branch. And I had to do the same thing, Reedie. When they said Antonio Williams, I was like, who? So I did the same thing. I went, watched some film, read up about him, and he is a beast. He is absolutely a beast. I think everybody's been talking about our slot or wide receiver too. He's definitely going to be that. I agree with you there. And I think that was a good pick. It was good after my heartbreak of Zachariah Branch not being picked.
I was saying Zachariah Branch right there too. That's what I thought they were going to go, or either Surratt or Mekhi Fields or some of the others. But I mean, we do got to get out of it. I agree with the consensus in the content community the last few days. We do have an affinity with these big receivers for whatever reason. And it don't really work out a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Bigger receivers, you know what I'm saying? So like,
you don't need a superstar.
You need that guy that can, that can work the inside, get to the outside, all three levels of the defense. He can run routes. You need that guy that can get open right now. You know what I'm saying? Jaden Daniels does have to throw people open a lot of the times. These guys ain't getting open like that. Even our number one guy isn't getting open at the clip that he should be getting open at. You know what I'm saying? So you need a guy like that. And that just makes everybody else better all the way across the board. So
do you think that this is going to be eventually Terry's replacement, or do you think we're going to have to pick somebody else up?
I think they'll pick somebody else up for Terry's replacement. I don't think he's going to be Terry's replacement.
I think he can. Yeah, I think he could potentially be a number two guy, but still like number two in like targets and production. In a sense, but I think he's going to continue to majority of the time work out of the slot. Now he spoke and said that he's versatile. He can line up anywhere, outside, inside, doesn't matter. And one thing DQ talked about is they asked him the question, bigger receivers versus the smaller receivers, and he kind of mentioned like even though these guys aren't like the 6'3", 6'4" type guys, like they're not small. I think Williams comes in at like 5'11", 6 foot, somewhere in there, and they saying they play bigger than his stature in a sense. But overall though, from my first watch, again, situation, I'm like, all right, who the hell is Antonio Williams? Like, why didn't we, like you said, why didn't we get Branch? And I was actually out at the movies at the time, and I'm saying to myself, I'm looking at my phone, I'm like, who was on the board? And I'm looking, I'm like, look at him. But that next morning when I got home and I looked at his highlights, I'm like, yo, this dude is a smooth operator, like quick feet, can get separation.
Great hands.
You know what I mean? It kind of like, and I would say I would say he's better than what Crowder was, but like kind of remind me of like when we had Crowder in his younger days and that slot, how like no matter what, we found a way to get Crowder open. So I think that'll definitely be the same situation as you mentioned, great hands as well. So and you know what I mean, I think his speed came in around like a 4.4, so he's not like jet blazing speed, but he's definitely not slow. So I'm really intrigued with this pick. And it might be the sneaky best pick of the draft. I mean, of course, if Sonny pans out and be Sonny, then that's one thing. But I think, you know, as far as like the rest of the picks, Williams could potentially be one of the better of the picks performance wise. And I'm already seeing people talk about he's going to be the Amon-Ra St. Brown of this offense. You know, and some people are already saying that he probably going to wear number 14. It's just all different type of talks going around. But I like the pick. You know, hindsight, but in the beginning, I was definitely like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, here we go. Same old mess. We just picking people just to pick people. But yeah, after doing research, he's solid for sure.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say was, I just think back to like Julian Edelman and all of them guys that they had in the slot years past in New England, how they used to just eat and just like, and you know, I'm a big visual guy. I like to like think about it like, okay, you got JD5, you got Bill, you got Sheed. Okay, now if they go get an IU, say they bring back a Debo. I doubt they're bringing back a Debo now, but say they go get a IU and you got Terry on the other side, then you got Chig. Oh my God. Like it's elite levels of the offense that can like you kind of gotta like play it honest. Like and scenario that I gave months back, this is even better. You know what I'm saying? Like then I could have, you know, imagined. Like I just think that what they did right there, picking this guy up, I believe in his game. And he was hurt last year.
Yeah.
And so like on that tape, it kind of flashes like, okay, he's getting open, but he's getting caught. So then I'm like, okay, all right. Then I learned about the hamstrings issues and, you know, the little leg issues or whatever he had. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So he's probably quicker than what the film led us to believe. But if you go back and you look at that 24 film, it's like, oh, okay, I see it. And he throws the football, little gadget guy. So you gotta look out for that. They always looking for some trick shit. So, you know, another gadget guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's one to watch.
What were you thinking when you saw that? I saw it 2 or 3 times on film.
You talking about me or you said K?
No, you.
Oh yeah, nah, that's definitely it was like one of the first few plays on this highlight, little end around pass, end around run, end around pass option type of situations. I immediately thought about you know, he's kind of like that slot, but also gadget guy. Like I thought about Debo, what Debo was. I mean, not necessarily throwing the ball, but just being that guy to come through the motions and move around and get those quick routes and things like that. So I immediately thought about that. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of like Debo, but with a little Ashley because he do a little bit more. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm like I said, I'm intrigued with the pick. You know what I mean? People would look at it and was like, oh, I mean, again, and I was one of those people like, damn, we got Jalen Lane. So we just drafted Jalen Lane all over again. But the next thought I had, the immediate next thought I had was that because they said he's a returner as well. And the immediate next thought I had was like, well, you know what? Jalen Lane kind of like we could talk about it last year. I was out on Jalen Lane as a wide receiver. Out early too.
Out on him. Don't
yeah, out pretty early on Jalen Lane. From the Green Bay game, it was a couple of times like third downs, we throwing on the ball, he dropping it. He not getting the right down and distance to get first downs when he catch the ball. I mean, he had that out and up, that stop and go on the sideline that one game, and like he didn't really do much offensively. Now it's a punt returner, different story. I give him that. So I was saying and I immediately said, well, maybe Jalen Lane is just a fucking return specialist that and Blau wants weapons, and Blau is just like, that ain't my guy. So we'll see how it play out. But I'm like, this is he's more than what Jalen Lane was. So I just got to look at it like that. And also, it's just like we have to really just bask in the fact that we went BPA the entire fucking draft. The entire draft. People would say we didn't need an edge, and we'll get and talk about Joshua. But people talk about we didn't need an edge, and we didn't need this or didn't need another running back unless it would have been Jeremiah. I mean, so it's like, nah, we went BPA, and like these guys at the back end of this depth chart, like y'all got work to do, or you the fuck out of here. So
yeah,
I like it. It elevates our floor, is all what people always say. It raises our floor when you go out and get better people to potentially to be rotational guys.
I mean, I would hate to be an incoming player coming on this team with Z evaluating. He's a tough evaluator. But that boy was a rookie, man. First year.
I hear you.
First year in a new system. Like, come on. Like, he wasn't, I mean, what was he, a third or fourth round pick? I don't even remember what we
proved himself.
So, like, it's like, how much did we really expect? Like, his number one comp was he was a returner.
Yeah, so, but I expected him to be
his wide receiver play wasn't really. He wasn't.
He could have done more than what he did.
Definitely could have did more because he had a lot of opportunities because there was a lot of injuries in front of him, and he should have outperformed the Chris Moores, the Robbie Chosens. He should have outperformed all of them.
Oh God!
And he wasn't even really getting on the field for real. So it's just like, nah, maybe he ain't it. He ain't it.
He is not. He can return. That's it. Maybe if he's still there.
So it's safe to say K and Z are not sold. But if you're new to the channel,
not
please do us a favor: like, share, subscribe. Please go follow K. Please sub her up. Please go follow her on Instagram and all her other social media platforms. Please, doing outstanding things in the community. Welcome from Reedie to you, to the community. Thank you. Love what you're doing. Outstanding.
Thank you.
Z.
Huh?
Anything you want to add?
Oh, nah, you just said it all. Definitely outstanding. You know what I mean? Definitely discovered your channel. I forget, it was a few months ago. And then, when I took a look, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, we got to sub her up. She know what she's talking about. You know what I mean? She's being analytical. She's on point. So I'm always, we were once new to the community, and so like we're big on collaboration. We're big on showing love to everybody. We're big on bringing light to the women in the community. We always tell our favorite, one of our favorite supporters, Asia. We always tell her she needs to start a channel. And she need to just be guests on the show, because I'm telling her, like, she's like that. And you know what I mean? She just really, whatever she say, she has already calculated it and have her support behind it. So it's like, I'm all for it. So definitely kudos to you. Salute to you for your growth.
Thank you.
And we, let's turn it up.
Yes, absolutely. And I love this community. This community is so welcoming. And that's one of the things that I've noticed. It's amazing. And I appreciate you guys so much for giving me a chance and inviting me to your show. I'm very grateful. Very grateful.
For sure. So yeah, next up, this one, it's kind of going to be like it's going to be hard to say often, especially if I say it fast. But Joshua Josephs, he was the edge out of Tennessee. We picked him in the 5th round at 147. Joshua Joseph, pretty much, he's a 6'3", 240 edge. He had 33 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 3 pass breakups, and 2 fumble recoveries in 2025. Getting active.
I'm sorry, Z, not to cut y'all off. I wanted to ask y'all one question before. I don't know why my step dropped. don't know what's going on. Reset everything before I got on. I wanted to know, is it safe to ask you guys who's Antonio's comp?
Who his comp in the league?
Yeah, as far as a receiver, do you any comps to or no?
Yeah, I don't know yet. I mean, like
I
I
need to
said, they
see.
they trying to scheme him up to be Amon-Ra St.
Amon
Brown,
Ra.
but I ain't gonna give him that name yet.
No. I'll be able to tell you after the first few games or this first season. We'll see.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Go ahead, Z.
I don't want to. I don't want to give him Amon Ra. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Mm-mm.
But yeah, so basically, reports called Joshua Joseph, call him a high upside developmental edge with strong frame and pass rush potential. And one of the key things that they've been talking about around him is his wingspan. They're saying he has a wingspan of an NBA player, like about a small foot, 7 foot, 8 foot wingspan, which is going to be great as an edge rusher, so he can extend his arms, get people hands off of him, have his separation and things like that. So it's definitely going to be a developmental piece. But also, one thing that stood out to me about Youngin was when they were talking, when he was looking at his name being called, he wasn't
He was
really
upset.
cracking a smile.
No, he was
pissed.
mad.
Yeah, he was pissed. He was mugging. He was just going through it. And I'm just like, immediately thought about it, like, yeah, he upset. I like it. Come in with that dog factor. I like it. And then his first collegiate career sack was against Jaden. And when they was talking to him about it, you know what I mean, he kind of came with a competitive response, and I like that competitive because Jaden is super competitive. So like he didn't just kind of back down and be like, oh nah, yeah, this and that. He really kind of snap back at him. So I was like, I think it was dope. And I'm that's another one that I'm gonna have my eye on all these guys to see what they do, but
Of course.
I definitely want to see what he can pan out to be. Because again, in that DN room, a lot of people ask, why did we draft another edge when we have a room full of them? And it's like a lot of them are vets. They're on
Right, they're old.
deals. The only one that's beyond this season is Owe, and now with Joshua Joseph. So it's like you had to. He could be a practice squad stash. You never really know, but it could just be that developmental piece. And it's like, bro, like it's the 5th round. Like we're not drafting need. So
right.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have to start and like what you said about the vets, we have to start looking towards the future. So no, we're not. Like you said, he's in the 5th round. So like we're not trying to pick up people who we're going to put in our starters immediately. But if they're there and they're underneath our vets and they're learning, then our team's going to be good. It's going to be good for a couple of seasons to go. So instead of, because I think everybody is looking at like this season, which is, of course, we need to do that. But we got some stuff that's going to pop off in the future. And I like that because that shows that Adam Peters, he's looking forward and not just in the moment. So I appreciate picks like this, for real. And if he was that good in college and he's going to be here developing, oh yeah, he's going to be a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if it was up to Z, we wouldn't have had a 5th round pick. They would all have been gone. We would have gave him
had Brian Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas Jr.
We had Sonny Styles and Brian Thomas Jr.
So we would have had this year. So you know what I'm saying? I'll take it. I mean, one of the core things that they wanted to do this offseason was get younger and get faster. And I think they accomplished that. They hit that nail right on the head. You know what I'm saying? They were the hammer, not the nail. And if you look at the overall expected value and all these matrix and stuff like that, at the top of the list as far as expected value on the returns of these guys. So I think it's a solid pick. We got younger. You know what I'm saying? You can't never have too many pass rushers. We've seen that's a position of they always seems to get injured for us a lot. So, it's always that next man up mentality. So I think it goes to say that's their thinking when it relates to this. They just wanted to get younger and faster, and I don't have a problem with it.
Me either.
So the next pick in the 6th round, the running back out of Penn State,
Fat man.
Fat man. I don't know how I feel about calling another man that. Pause.
My little late Unc son, Nickname's Fat Man. So we call him Fat Man all his life. So it's
Yeah, you used to that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be in this. Yeah, fat man, go fat.
I mean, he's a grown man now, though. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like go ahead.
My son would
Yeah,
be
Fat Man.
appalled if he heard me say that.
And he said he prefer to be called Fat Man.
Right, right. But
I don't think
I
I call him that either.
at first watch, I wasn't necessarily sold. I thought he was slow, kind of, but he kind of be moving in the phone booth like a little bit. His cuts, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like it, and it kind of took me back to a Alpha Morris-esque type back. But everybody don't have to be that home run hitter down the field guy. I think we got two other guys that can do that. So like where he's going to be utilized in that more power game, I kind of like it. I like it. I think he's an improvement to that room, and it's more competition. And we've been preaching about bringing in competition in the room or whatever. That's why we were talking about bringing in Jeremiah Love or whomever else. We were talking about bringing in the offseason as far as running backs. So I mean, I think it feels, I'm not gonna say it's a void in that room, but it just strengthens the room. You know what I'm saying? So I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that he broke the record for the most rushing yards at Penn State. If he brings that, yeah. And now with him being added, what do you think is going to happen to Jeremy McNichols? Because I think at this point he's the weakest link.
So, I think Ford might be the weakest link.
Really?
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know. I got to see Ford. I got to do more research on Ford.
McNichols plays special teams, like every punt team, kick return, kick team, punt return. He everywhere on the special team. So it's just like them type of guys you keep around when you know guys running down there and getting tackles. If it ain't the Gunners, then it's McNichols. And then he come down on third downs and give you grinded yards. And he catching passes out the backfield and going 20, 30 yards downfield. So it's like McNichols just does a lot more than Ford.
I don't think McNichols is going to be out. Like you got to read the tea leaves. Like they've shown us that they love him. They love him. Like even going back to what's the other running back? I can't remember his name now. Rodriguez.
Chris Rodriguez.
They loved Rodriguez. They would not get rid of him. They're going to find a way to keep him on this roster. Like they love him. It's just certain glue guys that teams fall in love with and they just love, like Revo. Like it really has to be no doubt and no coach's mind on this team for one of these other running backs that wasn't a draft pick or a top money guy, a bill. He's not going nowhere. They just drafted a kid. He's going to be here at least a season, you would think. So these other bubble guys like the Fords and whoever else, like, and these undrafted free agents that they brought in, they really have to come in and show without a shadow of a doubt that they're 10 times better than these guys in order to bump him out. It's just how it goes. It's just like
to see. I don't know.
Does anybody in the chat disagree with that? Let me know if you do. Asia, what you think about that, Asia? Like, am I singing to the choir, or you think I hit that on the head? Because I could be wrong. Asia? I just feel like, Asia agrees. I just feel like, it's just something about certain players that they won't, even though the fan base would be like, he's not it. But coaches,
I don't think he's it.
Fall in love with. I think every time he comes in, he does what he's supposed to do.
Definitely.
I can't really say he don't. Like, go back and look a little bit more because I feel like when he supposed to come in and he give you them tough yards, or that touchdown that he wasn't supposed to get last year. And he a
hell of a pass blocker
too. Yeah. So it's those little intangible things I think that keeps him on the roster. And then you're not paying him nothing, so it's no incentive to really get rid of him.
Yeah, he's everywhere on the field. But yeah, in reference to Fat Man though, definitely got them quick feet. Gonna give us a powerful back, something that McNichols was powerful-ish, but I think not McNichols, Rodriguez, but I think I can see Fat Man really like running somebody smack over.
Mm-hmm.
And dipping the shoulder and trucking somebody. It adds more youth. Bill is the younger guy. Rashad ain't that old. But again, it's just kind of like if he pans out and it could potentially be a 1-2 punch with Bill and Fairman, that might be the move. So but it gives, with it being a crowded room, it gives him his time to develop. You don't have to rush him. So I like that. I like how it's going play out.
I
What's
don't
the
know if
last
y'all
one?
peeped that, but Fat Man is about to be a Z guy real quick.
Bill and Fairman.
Real quick. Z was just saying about how Shad was gonna be all this and that. Now he talking
Now,
about
Shot, but no shot.
it's gonna be a room with him.
I really like Shad. Shad, I feel like when Bucky Irvin went down, Shad stepped in and
He
played
did.
and gave them a key role. Like he didn't
He
stop the
did.
offense, passing, rushing. Like Shad comes in and gets busy. But in this backfield, you got a situation where you got more backs. So but I think especially our pass catching back, Shad is gonna hoop. I was listening to the radio earlier, and I definitely agree. You might see a situation where Shad is getting 40 catches in a year. 40.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be definitely getting the ball a lot out of the backfield on screens, flares, little quick throws. So I think that's going to be them three. Bill, Fairman, Shad going to be nice. Like I said, Ford could potentially be a practice squad guy, or like I was telling Reedie early on, could be a guy that if a team run into some injuries, could potentially trade him and get a 6 or 7. I don't know, but it's having the better guys on your team like that puts you in position at the end of camp to be able to go steal a pick for a guy that you probably was going to cut. So
You get more flexibility.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, then anything.
But saying all that, I have yet to talk about my favorite pick of the drafts. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say anything else I want to add on him before we move on.
Nope.
All right, so we finally in the 6th round. We went center. Our guy was off the board by that time.
Connor Lou.
So Matt Golbin from Michigan State, 34 career starts, team captain. I enjoyed his tape. So what y'all think?
I did too. Like I said, I didn't watch too much college, so I have a lot to look up. But when I did watch some of his stuff and seeing that he's 6'4", 304 pounds, I think that he will be a solid center for us. I don't think he's going to start because for whatever reason, they have so much faith in Allegretti. But he's somebody that can be developed. So I hope he comes in and plays his tail off so we can move Allegretti out. But I think it was a solid pickup. I really do.
Allegretti's not a starter in this league.
No, he's not.
No, he's definitely not.
He's not.
Yeah, so Matt Golbin, he has versatility. He has at least 10 starts at left guard, right guard, and center. He was ranked the second. I saw something where he was ranked the number 2. I don't know if it was PFF or someone, but he was the number 2 center in the draft. Ranked, and we snagged him in the 6th round. Talking about a guy who gave up only 2 sacks out of like 700 and some plus snaps in the 6th round.
He's a steal.
This guy is going to be our starting center. I don't want to go out on a limb and say I'm not going to say day one.
Not day one. Not day one.
Say day one. But I think potentially. It all depends on how Allegretti shows up. It's a new scheme, so especially if it's like more zone running and all that. Allegretti ain't really no power guy, but if it's more like zone type stuff, maybe. But I kind of see Golbin definitely being a guy who could steal that position. And again, I love the versatility, like to be able to play left guard and right guard as well for a center is big. Our O-line always seems to get dinged up. So having those versatile guys it's always been key in our situation. So he might even see the field at guard, or you never know. So
That would be
kudos to
great. I
him.
need him at center.
Definitely. But kudos to AP for snagging him in the 6th round again. Because
Yes.
how do you get the second rated center in the 6th round? Like
In the 6th round.
That's unheard of. Unheard of. So
that speaks to the draft right there, though.
Yeah,
that's how the draft went.
Research says he's smart, he's versatile, he's experienced. What he needs to work on is he may not be an elite athlete or an immediate starter, but he has to prove he can handle NFL power consistently. So that's something that he can do with strength. Hopefully, what's it? Sharpton and the other new O-line assistant coach, can tune and get him ready. But this is my favorite pick of the draft.
Oh, this is your favorite. Okay.
It's my favorite draft, and I think he's sneaky. So I'm going to announce it today that Matt Golbin is a Z guy.
And so Z's getting a Matt Golbin jersey?
Yep.
Come on, you gotta support your guy. You gotta support your favorite pick.
They don't even make those. They're not even in the rotation.
I'm gonna send you the link, Bobby. I'm gonna
how to get a custom.
I'm gonna send you the link.
It'll be $10.99.
They're gonna make that custom be like Golden. Who wanted this? Fuck out of here. It ain't gonna be me. No way.
I ain't gonna hold you. I remember Z got it was somebody's jersey back in the day. He put Z on it. Hey, we sparked him for that. Who was it?
Oh, here go John.
No, who was it? Jersey you got?
Nah, I ordered a custom number 8 and had Z, and when I posted, I was like, "This is not a Rex Grossman."
Like Rex Grossman, that's your man?
No way.
Now, here you go.
Yeah, John
Jr. is in the building.
You know you're gonna have something to say.
I ain't heard you say that one time.
Nah, I can confirm.
You can confirm?
Yeah, I can confirm.
All right, you get off the hook, John. Hey, as soon as we get off of this live, we'll be on with the Burgundy Breakdown. We reminded you guys that we are switching our days to Mondays. We're no longer on Wednesdays. So as soon as we get off this live with Kay, we'll be on with the Burgundy Breakdown, myself, Juan, as well as John and Z. So stay tuned for that and just hop right over. We appreciate everybody's support. But the final pick of our draft, it shocked the hell out of me because I didn't see it coming.
Me either.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna go DB or safety or something, and they decided to take the quarterback out of Rutgers, Ethan Keela Kamanis, if that's how you pronunciate it.
I don't even know how I said it.
Well, I guess goodbye, Sam Hartman. That's all I can say about the pick. Yeah. I don't think we needed it though.
I mean, good develop. I mean, to develop. I mean, I disagree now. Now that I'm in my mind, I'm thinking right now fast. I disagree. I think we did need it because we got to think back to last year at the end of the year. It didn't look too good for us. Yeah, when we were at the back end of that roster and them quarterbacks and we were scrambling, they had no confidence in Hartman. Josh Johnson had to come in, look terrible. So I guess this is a guy that they're like, okay, we'll get him now. He's not expected to be the starter. He's not expected to be the backup, but maybe we can groom him to be that third quarterback if we need one. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I guess, and supposedly he was big on a lot of people's boards, and maybe if you wanted to bring him in as an undrafted free agent, the best way to do that is to draft him because you can make sure that nobody else gets him because they said he went on like 15, 30 visits. So if he went on 15, 30 visits, people were eyeing him. Had to be.
Hold on, this guy, the quarterback?
That's what I heard.
Gotcha. Ethan Kalimenakis. Ethan Kalimenakis.
Yeah, I guess it'll be a safe pick.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought we could have got something later.
Yeah, I mean, the model days of Sam Hartman is over with. Like, we don't need no
You're
more
not
hype.
gonna
I
miss
like,
his hair.
yeah, like Sam Hartman literally will walk up after camp and the fans will go crazy, especially the women go crazy over this dude. It's literally just because he looks, I guess he looks good to women or something, but it's his looks that seems to be making him so popular, and he gets endorsements. Like, he's the most popular third string practice squad quarterback I haven't seen in my life.
Fifth string.
Yeah, but he
But
can't ball, so
yes, but yeah, the field, the play on the field is not matching, so it's time to get him some real comp and can really get him up out of here at this point. So hopefully,
yeah,
Just
he'll be
staying with
young
gone.
Sam
adult and
Hartman
doing
is
his thing.
crazy.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah,
It's been consistent since training camp last year, Z.
Yeah.
From my remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
yeah, he gotta go. He has to go.
That's straight facts.
So I have
But
a question for you guys, though,
Yes.
real quick.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, between us, the Giants, Dallas, who had the best draft?
Dallas cooked. The Eagles cooked.
They all cooked.
The Giants cooked. We all cooked. If we talking value, us. If we talking about overall grade, I probably would say the Giants.
I think they improved there a
Giants got
lot.
it real quick.
Yeah.
They wasn't even, and that's what I tell people all the time. People always want to talk about, like, even I see in the comments, people going back and forth with Giants fans about, oh, we beat them the last 2 seasons, blah, 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 the last 4 wins or whatever. But the Giants they not no slouch, bro. And it's not like we were just like handily just dogging them. We were like barely beating them. So the Giants always is going to be an issue, a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got their number a little bit more than the Eagles and the Cowboys, but I think they cooked. But I like what everybody did. I don't know if I have a consensus who did better. I hate all of them, but it's like,
yeah, no, our division is gonna be something serious this year.
I can't believe Caleb Downs went to Dallas, but that just seems like some shit that happened to Dallas all the time. Like,
if they didn't get Downs, they was probably gonna trade up for Styles. So it's just like they was gonna get somebody. Yeah,
they're getting somebody. I was prepared for that, but when they took Downs, I was just like, dang, they ain't have to get him.
Sure, but shout out to Erica Harris,
Lady Erica Lynn,
for supporting the channel. Thank you for the $10 donation to Reedie Zee. We greatly appreciate you. If anyone else here would like to support the channel, you can do so via Super Chats and Cash App, and make sure that y'all tap in with Kay as well if you want to support her. But yeah, we are done with the draft. The drafted players. I gotta do my research on the undrafted signees, but the guy that signed out of LSU, Jaden's old wide receiver, I'm like, yeah, sneaky.
The Twins,
our teams are sneaky.
The Twins called and it was like, yeah, we one of our receivers came to y'all. I'm like, all right, cool, I know. Like, yeah, he ain't even get on the field, Pop. I'm like,
Chris Hilton.
I'm like, he had to get on the field for him to come to us. It was like, nah, down here they saying he ain't never even touched the field. We went to the games, he ain't get on the field. So that's what my daughter said. They said he didn't get on the field. So,
we'll see.
I don't know.
He's another one of those pieces. Maybe.
I haven't really looked. I didn't go look at because it seemed like it was only a couple was confirmed. So I was trying to wait until everybody got confirmed before I went to start like looking to see, possibilities of who could possibly either make it to camp
on the team.
You know what I'm saying? Like, had a shot of bringing some competition before I went to start look. But yeah, that's what they called. They called and said that yesterday. Yeah, the boy, I forgot what name they said. They used some type of nickname for him or something, but they think they sold Baton Rouge now, so
they pulling up on year 3. Stop playing with them.
All right. I'll be glad when it's over.
That's their school. They run LSU at this point. So,
All right, are we going to the playoffs or we going one more year?
They saying we going to the chip. That's what they saying.
Playoffs.
That's what they saying.
Jaden healthy all year?
If he stays healthy.
You got fans
If
like
he stays healthy.
always want to minimize us.
No.
No, it's true though. If he stays healthy.
He stays healthy all year, we're going to the playoffs.
Playoffs?
But I mean, shit. No, I'm not even going to come up with no backup scenarios in case he do. Jaden's going to be healthy this year.
Yeah, he's going to be healthy. Everybody's going to be healthy.
Everybody will be healthy.
That shit out the way.
Yes. And then Terry was here all off season. We don't have no drama, which is why I'm glad Brandon Ayuk is where he's at.
Playoff. The Army is back. He's going to be our number 2 receiver until Ayuk steps in the building. But
Antonio Williams.
I would say I would prefer Antonio Williams.
Antonio Williams is going to be in the slot. The Army going to be on the outside. Terry, Williams, the Army on the outside. Then you can talk about.
And that's crazy. We haven't had if you really think about it, we haven't had a slot in a while, like a long time.
That's what I said.
Not a true one.
Jamison Crowder was the truest slot we had, and he had 2 stints with us. In between that time, it was
the last time we had a slot and a tight end.
Curtis,
Jordan Reed, and
Crowder.
Yeah, Crowder.
Yeah.
Dang.
But after that, you had Curtis. And Curtis was your gadget guy, but Scott Turner ain't know what he was doing. And he Curtis.
Yeah.
Did Curtis
he should have had the whole book on Curtis.
Did Curtis get signed yet?
I'm not sure. Probably no, I don't think he did.
Easy work if Curtis not in the league this year. But yeah. Anything else, brother?
What's the next landmark? We seem like we got a long way for the season.
I know.
Draft over.
Draft
over. You got well, we already started voluntary workouts.
No, rookie mini camp is
rookie mini camp is coming up. Then you got OTAs, all that training camp.
It seems like it's going by so slow.
Yeah, they gonna find a way
so
to keep
slow.
Yeah.
And then the NFL is gonna start on a Wednesday? Isn't it starting like September in the middle of the week?
Oh, they got a Wednesday night game?
I think so, something like that.
Damn. That'd be crazy. They already done snagged Friday nights sneakily. But I like
ain't gonna hold you like overall, like we got better. Like overall, like defensively and offensively, like we got better. Like especially I can honestly I think about the names and I think about on paper, we really got better. So now it's just gonna come down to staying healthy and what kind of spin that these new corners can put on these groups and see how far we can go. But I think maybe if we get one more weapon, if we can get an Ayuk or one more Ayuk, I mean, that's the only one I will say go get that's really worth going to go get. If you can go get an Ayuk, I think that'll be the final piece to the puzzle. And maybe another solid guard. And I think we'll be all right. But defensively,
yes, the first game is Wednesday, September 9th.
Oh, yeah.
Like Seattle.
Defensively, we buttoned it up. We haven't had linebackers that can actually cover in forever. It seems like I don't remember what linebackers that really could cover for us because every linebacker we ever had couldn't cover. This going back to Marcus Washington. This going back to London Fletcher. This going back to Perry Riley. This going back to all them dudes. They couldn't cover.
Who was at the Perry Riley? Who was Ron's guy?
Rocky McIntosh?
Nah, Ron's guy was Bostic. John
Bostic. Get his ass.
John Bostic. Slow as shit. London Fletcher could not cover whatsoever. He was getting his ass.
I do remember him.
I can't wait to see and Louisville and all of them out. Like I really think like when you put other good players around it just makes other players better because it's just less of a role that they got to take on. You know what I'm saying? So
They
like,
gotta put in that work.
yeah, like it's we might be cooking with fish grease this year. We might be cooking. I definitely think like
Phenomenally
this roster is better than the roster we had when we went to the NFC Championship. I think so.
Absolutely. I think so too. And we're younger and faster. That's always better. If we stay healthy.
Somebody asked what position would the Stunny Styles play in the league. He's going to be a middle linebacker. He's going to also line up on the outside. He's going to be a pass rusher. He's going to drop in coverage. He's going to be all over the field. You'll be checking your tight ends, your running backs. He's going to be all over that defense. But he's going to start
in
at
college.
Oh, shout out to our girl Kate. Kate is back in the chat on Instagram.
Yeah, Kate DM commented on the post the other day and said that she took a hiatus from social media, but she is back.
Shout out Kate, man. How you doing, Kate? Hope all is well.
Yeah,
what are they saying over here on Instagram? Same cap money. Yeah, we got like 49 million in cap space still available. Welcome back, Kate.
Yeah, we might get cook something up. You never know. There's still many options out there.
So final question for Kate. I mean for Kate. Kate. K names. Any final wishes for us in this offseason? Like any other positions that we need to address?
I think safety. I don't feel too confident about our safety room. And I get so much flack for this, but I want us to bring Debo back. I want us to bring Debo back. I'm not too confident on the Brandon Ayuk situation. Not saying I don't want him, but it's too much to come with it. And if they're not going to release him until September, nah. Bring Debo back. I think he can fill in our gaps that we have right now as far as wide receiver and wherever else we can play him. But I think we definitely need a safety. I would address safety.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Huh?
How about you?
I mean, outside of Ayuk, I want another corner. I'm not comfortable with Amos and Mikey and me.
Yeah.
Like I need a Jeff Okudah. I'll even entertain Trayvon Diggs. Like I want a tall corner that's rangy, that can, knock the ball down and ain't gotta, I want that. I'm always been big on tall corners ever since Seattle and their defense when they had the tall safeties and the tall corners. That's like what I always wanted to model our cornerbacks off, and we have that in Trey Amos. It's just that the other two guys this is too short for me to be on the outside, in my opinion. Now I know Mikey flashes, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, and I don't really agree with you much, but I do agree on the corner situation, and I also think offensive guard. We'll see what happens with the center position, but I just feel like offense that left guard situation is not sitting well with me at the moment. What they're going to do with that, is it going to be a Brandon Coleman situation? Is Andrew Wiley going to fight for that position? Like what's going to happen with that position? I kind of forgot that we even brought in a who do we bring in from the guy from Buffalo who was here before? What's his name?
From Buffalo.
Yeah, he played with us before. Tim Settle. I can't.
Okay, yeah.
That we brought him in. But I do think that they think that this defensive line is going to be a staple, and that's going to free up some of the issues that we may have on the back end. If that makes sense, so we'll have more pass rush, getting more pressure on the quarterback. So then, in tune, that makes those corners or safeties be able to get away with a little bit that they lack in coverage. There's a lot of bodies in in our secondary, so I see us bring. I would want to bring in at least somebody else, somebody solid, to if not be a starter, but to compete, to figure out who the best 5, 6 or whoever they keep. But I think overall, from where we started to now, they really did a good job this offseason. They did a really good job.
Yeah. We're in a much better place.
Definitely. But before we close, too, I want to make sure that we pay homage to Monty Coleman, three-time Super Bowl champion of our Washington Redskins. He passed away today at the age of 68. He was on the, like I said, he was a linebacker for us. He was on our championship teams. Definitely, shout out to him and his family. And we send our condolences, but we definitely got to pay homage to one of our greats, Bonnie Coleman. Rest in peace.
Condolences. But thank you, Kay, for hopping on. Please come back.
Thank you for having me.
Training camp gets here or the season gets here.
We say, hey, come back. No, Craig said that. Come back.
I will. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great insight, man. Tell the people where they can find you.
I am on X, aka Twitter, at K's Take _. I am on Instagram at _K's Take, and on YouTube at just K's Take.
There you have it. And if you're on this live, we will be going live with the Burgundy Breakdown. Following this live, please come over and hear our back and forth banter. I feel like it might be some jokes tonight. I'm in a joking mood, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Drew Stevens. Hold on, before we leave, Drew Stevens is a Big Ten kicker. He was initially invited to the Commanders rookie mini camp this week, but he signs with us. So we have another kicker on the squad. Drew Stevens. He went to look like Iowa.
Hold up. I thought they said they were bringing him on a rookie invite.
That's what I'm just saying.
They signed him?
Instead of the invite, they just went ahead and signed him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we've been asking for. We've been asking for that kicker competition. We wanted to draft Smack, but it looks like he went. So we didn't get an opportunity to do that. I don't know if they were going to draft him anyway, but shit, bring in somebody else. Bring in the third kicker. Make it a trio.
Get some competition going for real.
Yeah, because these kickers we be having be
inconsistent.
They be bums. But all right, yeah, thank you, Kay. We appreciate you, and we'll definitely be, you can invite us on. We'll be inviting you back on. However,
of course.
Let's stay connected and let's stay tapped in.
And everybody sign the petition that we starting tonight. Asia needs to start a channel. Evaluator to not have a YouTube channel.
Yes, Asia, start that channel.
I'm looking at her live the other day. She playing with her hair and all this, and just going like. I'm just
the whole time she's like, she's giving all analytics the whole time. She keep
like,
every time twisting them dreads. I'll be dying like.
Yeah, start that channel.
We'll see y'all, man. Take care. Y'all have a good night. See y'all on the next live. Be out.
Shoot.
Reedie Zee show. It's the Reedie Zee show.